Begin recording. It was the bright lights, I think, that brought me out of my deep sleep. The canopy of my cocoon had flipped wide open. I could feel my ears straining against the silence so hard that it gave me a headache. Machines surrounded me. Most were silent, but a few moved rhythmically, and I could tell were pumping air, and it all felt right. As though by habit, I removed the life support tubes and tentatively emerged from my sleeping berth. My mind blank. No idea how long I'd been in there, and the whys and wherefores demanded resolutions. The room felt familiar, as though I was meant to be there, but I couldn't formulate more. Obviously, I was in some sort of hospital or medical section. Then I caught my reflection and noted that I wore this life support suit used in deep space missions. Images, fleeting, painful, meaningless, flashed behind my eyes. My restored brain was doing its duty and rebooting. I could feel the hairs in my inner ears bristling, trying to hone in on sound. My skin crept with anxiety. I stood there for a minute or so, and then I had this urge to progress, like a calling. Moving towards the exit should, somehow I knew, bring me to a corridor, and it did. And no one was there. The sound of my footfalls, unimpeded in the emptiness, reflected on the metallic curvature of the walls. I felt cold, isolated, and very alone. Instinct seemed to guide me along the way. I seemed to be resolved to the fact that I was a long way from home. The corridor culminated at the semicircular command center. And there was no one there. Icy lights flickered and flashed, creating patterns. Beyond the translucent walls, there was black, punctuated by little white sparkles. In space, there are no directions, only the stars, and I did not recognize this galactic map. Stepping up to the command desk, the bosun's whistle, "Stand to," caught me out and I momentarily panicked. But no one materialized. I did feel a fleeting sense of euphoria. A voice, any voice, even digital, felt so comforting. I called out, "Where is everyone?" I hear, "Negative, all human life expunged." Expunged? Expunged, but I'm here. I hear my voice and it sounds hollow, like I feel. I call out again. When? Why? How? A commanding voice orders me. Consult the logs, revise previous updates and attachments. Okay. Can you tell me where we are? Our location? It replies, error, negative, unable to reconcile. What's the date? Time? There is a pause. And then I hear a different voice, a different tone, softer. Relative to what? Earth, of course. It announces very matter of fact. Year 2510, 0 hours, all systems functional, ship stationary. I ask, why is it stationary? Can't you travel back to Earth? Error, negative, unable to reconcile the coordinates. Why? Error, negative, unable to reconcile without references. I hesitate because I know what I will ask next, and I know what it will tell me. When did the ship become stationary? And she tells me, softly, and there is a sympathetic edge to her voice. Relative to Earth, year 2510, 0 hours. The memories stream down my face. My heart breaks. Again. I remember when the ship slipped beyond the edge of time. I remember the rest of the crew, the lucky ones, dying one by one as we waited for rescue. I remember that being a cyborg, an AI, that I will live forever. And I remembered what I needed to do. So I've undertaken the maintenance, repaired some minor damage, checked the integrity of the systems, and updated the logs. I will transmit another message, this message, in the hope that someday it will be answered. And then I will return to the medical center, rejoin my sleeping berth, connect the tubes, induce suspended animation, and sleep for another 100 years. So if you are aware of this message, I am not completely lost. Stop recording. Transmit.